I'm looking through the text messages, all she's sending me, and all I see is like married. I instantly call her back. What's up YouTube, it's your girl Miss Amber Gold, and I'm back with another video. Did you miss me? Guess who's here? Shy Shy. He is like the best cat ever. You could just pick him up and he just loves it. I wanted to do this story time because something like happened in my life, and I've never had this happen ever in my life before. So basically, if you haven't seen by the title already, I mean, that's what happened. There's always two sides to every story. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tell you my side of the story, because obviously I'm the one with the channel. Someone I knew who I worked with before, with modeling and stuff, they were having a birthday celebration. I was happy to kind of get out the house, and I told myself, I was like, you know, Amber, you need to get out the house and, you know, just go, it'll be fun. I did invite some people that I knew to come out with me, but you know, things changed. Okay, so I was dealing with a guy or whatever, and things basically did not turn out as well. Like, he did not want anything to do with me. The day of, I had called him. When you do like star 67, I think it's star 677. Yeah, so that's how I did it. So I'm like crying my eyes out, like I don't want to go, and I already said I was gonna go. And so I'm like, you know what, whatever, like let me just get all cute, dressed up, whatever. And if I don't stay, like if I decide to stay only for like 30 minutes or an hour, like I'll just leave. Just even think about it. Like, and the thing is, this just happened. Like, what's today? So I'm filming this now. Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm filming this now on the 23rd. This happened on the 8th. I've honestly never really been out by myself, like to a club, like by myself ever. So I didn't know, I only knew the person who was having the birthday celebration. Everybody was just standing around. I didn't see no drinks, and I was just feeling nervous or whatever, so I just go to the bar. After I have my drinks, and I go and sit in the section, turning up with the other girls there. I'm vibing like this. So I look over and I'm like, who is that? When I have some drinks in me, I can be a little bit talkative, or I'll be like the first person to shoot my shot. Like, I'm probably never gonna see this person ever again, so might as well just have fun. And I was basically I was trying to live in the moment, because I was already feeling upset. I already didn't want to be there, but after I'm drinking a little bit, like I'm like, hey, I'm already here, let me just turn up a little bit. He comes over, he sits next to me. I don't remember what we said to each other. I was kind of drunk, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't blacked out. Knowing myself, I'm sure I was like, what's your name? Are you single? I always ask, like, all the guys, what's the point? I need to ask you. So I feel like I remember asking, are you single? And the person said, yes, I'm single. It gets so freaking blurry, I don't remember. So all I know is that we tried to go to the bathroom to have sex. We tried to go to the bathroom to have sex. Like, it wasn't even his idea, it was my idea. Yeah, like, you trying to go to the bathroom? I think he was like surprised, but he agreed. So we tried to go to the bathroom. Security comes in and was like, no, you can't, we can't have that, you gotta come out here. Pretending. I was like, oh, like, I'm so lost, like, where is the girls' bathroom? I thought it was in the girls' bathroom. So I come out the bathroom because I really actually had to go. We left the club a little early, like they were still turning up. I was like, okay, we can just go in the car. He was just like, oh, you know, we can go to hotel. We pulled up to this like really nice hotel, 2 something a night. Nice. We tried to check in at the hotel. He said, I'm going to transfer you the money to your Cash App. I said, okay, cool, whatever, but I didn't think anything of it, you know. I couldn't cover the extra $20. I think it was like $260 something. I'm like, I shouldn't have to be buying anything anyway. Okay, so we go in the car, and I don't need to give you any details. I didn't drop him off till like, it was like the sun was coming up, so I think it was like 7 because I had to go to work. I had to be at work at 9:30. I'm not the type of person who really just goes out there and just, you know, like, will just open my legs to you. Like, I need to, number one, I need to feel like I can trust you. Like, I feel like something will transpire in our friendship or whatever we're doing. Like, I haven't had a one night stand since I was in high school. Yeah, because like all of the guys I would talk or have, you know, sex with, I dated them, or like I was really, like, we were really talking heavy for a long time before we just cut. Because I'm the type of person, I don't like switching partners. My body is way too sensitive for all that. I don't like to feel emotion. It's weird, but I do not like to feel emotion. I do not like to cry. I like when other people are emotional, and I like when other people cry because I feel like they're opening up. However, I do not like to show it at all. Like, I hate crying. And if you ever seen me cry, like, I'm probably beating myself up about it, because I just think it's just such like a weak, like, punk move. Like, why are you crying? When the guy didn't want to talk to me, the first guy I told you about, I was hurt about it because I didn't want to cry, even though I was crying, because I didn't want to be sad and all that stuff. I try and do things that feel like make my soul feel happy, or I'll just do anything. Like, I'll literally, well, majority of the time, okay, number one, I don't have sex. That's not what I do. That was just a one-time spend so much money with shopping. Like, I just need to get my mind off things. If I wasn't alone, number one, if I didn't drink so much, number two, I probably wouldn't have did a lot of things. But at that point, I really didn't give two F's. I really did not give a fuck. Period. I didn't care. Because the thing is, I'm grown. I can do whatever. I don't regret what happened. I just regret him texting me, the married guy. Let's just go back to the story. I think it was like a couple days later that he had texted me, and he was just like he just like, because the thing is, we did exchange numbers, but the thing is, I personally didn't think he was going to text me. I really thought it was just going to be a one night stand, and at that point I already processed in my mind that that's what it was going to be. So at that point, I don't care. Like, okay, great, bye. Like, it is what it is. However, when he wrote me, because I sure wasn't gonna write him, I was really surprised and taken back, because I was like, wow, this guy really reached out to me. Okay, so I don't know, like, maybe he's interested in me. From there, we would talk, we would text, whatever. He doesn't live where I live. He doesn't live in the same state as me. He lives 2 states away. He was just visiting. He was just in town, and he left actually the day I met him. Well, that morning he left. But we would text. If you're gonna text me, like, I might as well try and get to know you. I would ask questions about his life. The thing is, I didn't ask about him being in a relationship, because I remember when I am interested in a guy, I'm going to ask you, are you single? He denies it. I don't want you if you're somebody else's. Like, what is that going to do for me? I never asked him again, because I remember the first night when we met, I asked him. Number one, also, if you have a sibling, if you're a guy, you have a brother, and if you're a girl, if you have a sister, be prepared that if you mentioned anything, well, I don't even say guys, because I don't really know how guys are with their brothers, but I know with girls and their sisters, if you mention about a new guy, they're going to be interested. And if you don't have pictures, they will find it for you. If you don't have an account for them, they will find it for you. Like your sibling is the investigator. I told my sister, and I was like, yeah, like, I met this guy, and I was being a little hoe last night, you know, and you know, she was a little surprised, but I was surprised too. I didn't know, like, who that was. That definitely wasn't Amber. That wasn't Amber at all. That wasn't even Amber Gold. That was my inner Gemini, the twin, because she crazy. So she was just like, oh, I want to see pictures, and, you know, all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, well, I don't have any pictures because I don't have his Instagram. I don't have anything. The thing is, we did look him up. Like, he did have an Instagram. I did ask, like, if he had an Instagram, and he was just like, yeah, but I just don't get on it. I don't care if you don't get on it. I just want to see your pictures too. So how I found out about his Instagram was, remember when I told you about the Cash App? Well, I just took his name and just put it in Instagram, and it popped up. Like, it was him. However, his account was private, so I couldn't see any of his photos, anything. I could just only see his profile picture, and I knew that that was him. And then she keeps pressing me like, ask for pictures, blah, 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 blah. Because, like, she just wanted to see what he looked like. She was curious. We were on the phone, and it was the first time we talked on the phone since we seen each other. We were talking on the phone. He said, like, his dog was outside and stuff like that, and I don't know. So he was just like, yeah, I'm just sitting in my car, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I didn't think of anything of it. Like, I'm just so naive sometimes. He did finally send me a picture, but it was the same picture as his profile picture, so it's not like I could really see how this guy looks. He knows how I look because me and him talked about my YouTube. He told me that he would watch my videos. At first I thought he was just like, just say that, but no, like, he would ask me questions about even older videos. I'm like, dang, like, you really was watching them, okay. So the thing is, he knows what I look like. And I always say, you know, yeah, here's my Instagram. Like, at all my videos, I always say my Instagram. So I'm pretty sure maybe he seen my Instagram too. But there's nothing really I could go off of. Like, I remember he was attractive. He was cute. I jump in the shower and I hear, like, my phone just going off. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what is it now? I'm looking through the text message and all I see is, like, married. I instantly call her back. She went on Facebook. She typed in his name. She seen his, you know, profile, clicked on the pictures. Didn't see much up until she noticed an album. The album was titled Us. So she clicked it and it led to a girl. Well, she clicked the girl's page and the girl had his last name, his wife. There was wedding photos. Like, on his page it's like nothing, and then on her page it's like everything. Him, anniversaries, all this stuff. I'm just like, what? I didn't know what to do. I was like kind of frozen because the thing is that, yes, I didn't know this guy too long, so I didn't have like too many feelings, if not any. But it was the principle. Well, not kind of. What really rubbed me the wrong way was the fact that he was married. And this was like, what, a day or two that before he was supposed to come and visit. Because he wasn't visiting me. He was just visiting in general. But he was going to link up with me. So my sister's like, well, you gotta confront him. Like, you gotta let him know. At first I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait maybe in person. And she was like, no, like, you need to tell him now. I wait until he texted me. Then I sent a text message. I'll read you the text message. I said, so I was telling my sister about you and she was curious what you look like, so she decided to look you up on Facebook. She did find your page, but she also found something that was extremely interesting. It appears as though you're married. You never mentioned that to me. Actually, you told me you were single, so I'm a bit confused now. Then he was like, do you want to talk about it? I said, I would like you to explain why you withheld this information. I don't know why I even wrote that part, because my sister wrote that part. He calls me. I didn't think he was going to call me. I thought he was going to text. I thought we were going to text, but he was just like, yeah, I'm married. I would have, like, I don't lie, and I would have told you if you asked. I'm just like, bruh, I did ask at the club. He says, like, oh, well, I don't remember. I was drunk, blah, blah, blah. Well, it doesn't matter. You said single. You clearly said, yes, I'm single. So if you can't even say, yeah, I'm in a relationship or I'm married, then why are you even going out? Why are you even drinking? I was asking lots of questions. I want to know. I asked him, I said, why are you doing this? Why are you cheating on your wife? And he was just like, you know, he's not happy and And I'm just like, okay, well, why don't you fix it with your wife? Like, what's wrong with your wife? Like, don't you like her? Like, I was saying this so much. Because the thing is, I was just so offended. And now I'm offended because I'm a female. And your wife is a female. And that's already something we have in common. And I'm just like, he didn't even have a ring. So I did ask him, I said, so do you take off your ring? Like, where's your ring? Did you even have one? He was like, no. Like, he took it off. And I'm just like, thinking in my head, like, how can you take off the symbol of your love, something that you guys agreed that it was just gonna be y'all two forever, at least legally? I even asked him about the car thing, and he said yes. Like, he was like, yeah, I stayed in the car because she was at home. And I was like, because I want to know, I was like, so are y'all separated? So I even asked, I said, so does she even go through your phone? Does she ask about your phone? Like, how do you go to how do you go to a different city or a different state? Like, does she ask you, where are you going? Why are you going? And he was just all like, no. And I'm like, what the heck? So, because he was like, well, I'm unhappy, and I just can't do it. I don't want to be with her. And he was just like, the divorce law in his state is different. Like, you have to at least be separated for, like, I think he said like 6 months to a year or something before you can get a divorce. And he said it was just too stressful to even think about that part, like, I guess moving out and getting his own place. So he was just like, yeah, like, I understand if you don't want to talk to me. Like, I'm not trying to force the situation on you and all this stuff. And I don't know, I just felt like he was a little bit trying to be, like, manipulative. Also, egotistic and manipulative, and a victim all at the same time. They were together for 12 years. I don't know if they were married for 12 years, but he says that they were together for 12 years. That's a long time. No kids. He's 30. He said that he met her when he was like 17 or something. That's a long time. If you already made 12 years, you might as well do another 12 and another 12 and another 12, like, at this point. But I don't know, it's probably easier said than done. And also on top of that, we did it unprotected, like, and that's, I was just really slipping up. I had to go make sure I was fine and everything, and thank goodness I am. But it's just like, if you can do this with me, imagine everybody else. And then you go home to your wife, you probably slide it up in her. And that's what I even said. And he was just like, no, we haven't had sex in a long time. And most of the time I'm in the living room. I'm like, why? Like, let me tell you, I just felt like I was like a marriage counselor. I'm like, why? So I said, why? Like, why don't you sleep with her in the bed? Like, why are you in the living room? He was just like, well, it's just the energy, it's just the vibe, I'm just not happy. I'm not happy at all. I told him straight up, I said, we ain't doing nothing at all. I said, maybe, like, we can be cool. We could be associates. We could be friends. Like, hey, like, whatever. But even then, I was still feeling bad because I'm just like, he's married, and even if we were to hang out, it doesn't matter. We already had sex with each other. So that's the part that's kind of throwing me off. It kind of threw off my morals and how I felt, like my values and my morals and just certain things. And I even told him, I said, well, I believe in karma and I can't do that. Like, I can't. I just felt like he was still trying to, like, persuade me. He even mentioned, he said, well, I'm 2 states away. Basically, he was saying, like, it's not like anything is gonna happen between us because he's 2 states away. Number one, I'm not going to keep having sex with the same person just to be friends. No. I'm going to have sex with you as a one-night stand. As in, when I'm done with you, don't text me, don't talk to me. I just used you, and that's all I want. And that's it. Like, but he was the one that wrote me. But I'm thinking he's single. So that's why everything transpired, and I didn't know how to feel. I really didn't know. I believe in karma. And I told him that. I said, I believe in karma. Karma will come back to me if I don't stop this now. Like, now that I know, like, this is something I shouldn't do, that's it. But he was just like, he don't believe in karma. He was like, yeah, sometimes bad things happen to good people. How do you know they're good? How do you know they're good? maybe they're doing good things because they did something bad in the past. So from there, at first I agreed, like, hey, maybe we can just be friends, we cool, whatever. And he was still gonna visit. I did plan to like hang out with him and maybe we can go to the movies or something like that. And he wrote me the day that he came into town, and I just got off work, and I was telling him, like, you know, like, hit me up if you go out or whatever, like, maybe we can hang out. So after talking to my sister on the way home from work, I was just like, you know what, like, I just don't know if I can do this, because the thing is that I don't want to get invested. Once I'm invested, it's a wrap, and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing he would be able to do. If I start to care, if I start to feel jealous, or if I want more attention and all that stuff, there's no way he can give that to me because his heart is with somebody else. And I did mention that part to him too, but she was just like, you know, like, just cut it off now because it's early. You barely, like, you don't even really know this guy at all, obviously, so there's really nothing. Like, the only thing I was feeling guilty, because I can't say I regret, it's all lessons, but I did feel guilty about the whole him being married, but I didn't know. Like, it's not my fault, it's his. He calls me again, and this time I just feel like he was trying to, like, still, like, really persuade me. He was just like, yeah, I mean, I thought you were just trying to have fun, and, you know, you mentioned you were single and kicking it and having sex. I mean, those things are fun.
Hee haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Nigga. Okay. And then I replied, I said, yes, I'm single, but that doesn't mean I'm just about to just have sex. I know myself. There's nothing you can do for me, period. You can't give me money. You can't give me a life. You can't, we can't be together. We can't do nothing. I told him straight up, like, no. What the hell? Like, that just sounds really dumb. Also, what really pissed me off is, prior to us getting on the phone, like, I wrote him how I felt. And then, let me read you the text message that I wrote. I said, after thinking things over, I'm really starting to believe that perhaps it's best that we kind of go our separate ways and stop talking while we're ahead. Okay, and then he said, could we talk, question mark. It's okay if you don't want to. We had a good vibe going though. You can just ignore this text if you want, and we can go back to being strangers. Okay, so then I said, to be honest, I just really feel uncomfortable being in communication with someone else's husband on this level. Yes, I'm single and want to have fun, but I don't want to get caught up in a situation that I know will be a waste. Then he said, I don't think it will be a waste. I didn't say anything back, and that's when he called me. We got on the phone. He was just like, well, you know, if you didn't want to talk to me, why'd you respond back? And I straight up told him, because number one, I'm not heartless. If you ask me a question or if you say something to me, I'm going to text you unless you're blocked. But he was not blocked. And it made him less attractive, to be honest with you. Like, if a person just has a lot of baggage, they don't become really attractive anymore. I kind of sometimes would feel like he was more into me than I was into him, because I already thought it was going to be a one-night stand. So I just honestly didn't care. But because he texted me, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll get to know you. But the thing is, I told him straight up, I wasn't really getting to know him. I didn't care about getting to know him. I wasn't that interested. But it doesn't matter if it was him. It could have been anybody. Majority of the time, every single time I talk to a guy, I ask them lots and lots and lots and lots of questions. Not because I really care. Not because I'm that interested in you. It's because I need to figure out if I need to eliminate you, if you're even worth my time. His demeanor was kind of giving me like I said, manipulative yet victim. Oh, I'm just so unhappy in my marriage. Okay, well, it's either two options. You fix the crap or you get a divorce. So after we got off the phone, because I think he said, like, well, I guess it was nice meeting you. I said, you too, and I hung up. How I feel today. I feel like if I were to probably cheat, if I were in a marriage, but if I'm in a marriage, I'm not going to want to cheat. I'm going to only want to be with my guy. Like, I've been in relationships before. It's basically the same. So, and I'm talking about long relationships. I just feel like taking off a ring, like, that's just something about it, it just doesn't sit well with me. Like when people take off their ring to do something, then they promise that they wouldn't do. So I'm sure when you guys got married, you didn't say, oh, you know, I promise to love you and cheat on you. Like I said, I haven't had a one night stand since high school. So, because I get attached so quickly. Let me know if you've ever been in that situation. How did you feel? Like, I'm just curious, how did you feel after either knowing that somebody's married, or if you were dealing with them while they were married? Like, how did you feel being like number two? I can't do that. I always gotta be number one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram at Miss Amber Gold, MISS Amber Gold, MISS Amber Gold. Where's Shiloh? Shiloh left. He was like, I ain't about to hear what my mom was doing. Peace.